basically, what I was oh shit, no class. But what I was talking to Jason about was what hip hop was missing, and what I was saying was, right now there's the relatability between who's consuming hip hop and who's producing it is there's no relatability like in reality. Really think about it, because everyone's just rapping about how many clothes, how many cars they got, how many chains they got on, how many houses they just bought, how many jets they're flying in, how many girls they're fucking, how many rosés they're sipping on, and like all that shit. But on a regular, on some real shit, not that many people are really doing that shit. Not that many people are capable of doing it. Because if I go to the club, I know I'm not gonna be able to eat right for like a week. You know what I mean? So most people ain't able to do a lot of this shit. So there's no relatability. It's like for real, like every rapper right now is just like one long commercial for such and such clothing line, for such and such chains and jewelry, for such and such airlines and shit like that. It's just like one long ass commercial because they're all really just promoting the same shit. They're all saying the same shit. And now it's to a point where everyone's rapping that same pattern and stuff. And so now I don't think there's any relatability in hip hop anymore. And two, I don't think there's any more like messages. I don't think there's any actual real meaning in anything that anybody's saying anymore. Like before, it used to be you would pop in an album to like people would listen to an album and be like, yo, that helped me get through high school, or that helped me do this and that, and like I didn't understand this shit and that and blah blah blah. But now it's like you can't do that with a Trinidad James album. You can't do that with French Montana. You can't do that with like Jay-Z and shit. You can't really do that shit anymore. And there's no connectivity. To me, I don't feel I feel like you can approach music in two ways. You can either just straight up just listen straight up to the music and not care exactly about who's making it type of thing, but you're into the lyrics and that's what you do. You don't care about what they look like. You never care about their images or whatever. You just listen to that band and that's who you like. And then there's some people who listen to some people's shit and they're like, yo, I need to know what they look like. I want to know where they eat. I want to know like all that stuff. And compared to what normal people are doing, you can't fucking relate to anybody in the game. You can't fucking, there's no interactivity anymore other than Twitter. Like, I mean, but fuck that. There's no interactive music anymore. There's not like, now you can listen to a song once and know exactly what it's talking about because it's like, oh, okay, I just bought a chain, I just bought a car, I just bought a fucking airplane. Thank you. Goodbye. Good night. Versus like back in the day, there was like abstract music. Like dudes would rap, but you had to decipher what they were talking about to even like get it down to a science and type shit. And like there was technicality in the music. People were experimenting and doing stuff, and like all of that is gone now. And that's why I pay attention to a lot of like people's interviews. Like I'll watch like sometimes I don't even listen to the people's music. I'll just watch their interviews, and then if I like them as a person, I'll listen to their music. And then some people I listen to their music, and then I'm like, well, let me see what they're like as a person. Now music is too based off of the look. You know what I mean? Like I want to take the face out of like hip hop for a little bit. I want to take the fucking clothes off out of fucking hip hop. No homo, but like fucking why are we wearing True Religion and fucking all this other, like even like what whatchamacallit was getting at, like why are we buying all this stupid shit when you can go to the thrift store and and get some shit, like basically type stuff. Like I'm trying to take away all that marketing and shit out of it because it's just like I said, it's one long ass commercial. So it's just like fuck. Yeah, it's just one long ass advertisement, and I just can't stand it. That's why I really can't stand listening to like anything that comes out like right now by anybody, because it's like it's the same song I heard from that other guy like 2 months ago. Like it's the same shit. Like people can't like music like the I don't know. If you want a tangible artist, I don't feel like they're tangible. But if you just want music, then I don't feel like the music that's being put out right now is even like worth listening to. Come and fuck the game up and revolutionize that shit and preach university and unity amongst us all, cause we're all somebody, baby. Basically like boom boom boom. I was like I told him the same shit my dad told me. My dad said every song that you're ever gonna write and every song that you're ever gonna do, you already have it inside of you. It's already there, but you have to truly rap from your heart. I said, yo, as musical artists, we have. I said, I learned this at Full Sail basically, but we are manipulators of frequencies, and within that, we have a responsibility because we we have a way to convey with our voices. Uh, with our voices, we can fucking change people's emotions. You know what I mean? Like we can affect people's day and how they go about their shit and everything with purely with our voices. So I'm like, that carries a major responsibility and carries some weight. And so I'm like, I told him basically though, like why people relate to Drake is because like you're saying, like, yeah, he does have his songs where he's like, I'm flying on jets and all that, but he also, every other song is, yo, this girl hurt my heart. I'm trying to get over her by banging this other chick. Like, stuff like that, that people can be like, yo, I am banging this other girl because of this other girl. Oh shit, son. Like, and really contemplate their life type stuff. But I was basically telling him, like, he needs to stick on that. And I was like, for real, I'm about to come with this weird, scientific, prolific, freaking out there shit. And I was like, basically, everyone who I want in my audience is going to come to my music. I'm not going to really have to go out of my way to, like, bring people in. Because I'm not trying to have fucking dumbass dreadhead niggas and stupid motherfuckers in my audience. I want to feel safe in front of my audience if I'm performing. I want my audience to feel safe within themselves. You know what I mean? Like, I really don't want to have any ignorance or any idiots, like, in my crowd. So my music is about to be smart as fuck to weed all that shit out. Like, you have no idea. And so it's like, my shit, I'm trying to make it interactive. I'm trying to make it so people can, like, fucking type up the lyrics and read that shit and play with the words and see what I was trying to go at and do and interpret it in, like, awesome ways and stuff. But it's not going to be too abstract to where no one knows what I'm going at. You know what I mean? But it's going to definitely have, everything's going to have its point. But then there's going to be ways that people can be like, all right, cool. Like, I can dig it. And I know that this dude really knows what he's talking about. Not only because of the music, but because he's got this fucking royal rant. And he'll fucking show you the books and shit that he's reading. And he'll fucking tell you about the fucking stupid shit that he saw and did and whatever that inspired that shit. So, the videos I make aren't even for, like, right now. Aren't even for tomorrow. I don't even care who the fuck watches this shit tomorrow. This shit's for, like, years from now. When motherfuckers realize who I am and shit, and then they fucking come back into the archive of all this weird shit, and they find all of this stuff, and then they're like, yo, he's been about this since forever, this is how he really is, blah, blah, blah. There's no fake image about that shit. He's a bummy-ass, sweatpants wearing motherfucker that stares at the stars and smokes weed all day. That's what he does. And that's what's missing out of music is, like, the connectivity and shit.